As the force and momentum of past experiences drag a person toward using again and again and again, it's understandable that any of us can start to feel a bit hopeless. After months and years of being pulled into the cycle, it can feel like there's no way out, no options, no way forward. When you're in the middle of the currents of a strong cycle, that feels true, especially when you're not even aware of what's happening. It's one thing to be lost in a maze, and it's a whole other thing to be lost in something you didn't even recognize as a maze. But what if you did realize you were in a maze, or a cycle that's leading you in circles? What if someone handed you a map of these larger patterns and started showing you where you were going wrong, and how exactly to find your way out? These moments of possible freedom can arise at different times and in different moments that will surprise you. As you take advantage of these escape routes, you will find more and more opportunities to slip out of the tight hold of the addiction prison and walk free. Viktor Frankl, a renowned therapist and Holocaust survivor, once said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and our freedom." This may sound strange at first, but listen once more and think about what this means for you. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and our freedom. If you're like most people, it can be hard to find any spaces or options in our struggle. Like an old trail, as a pornography habit grows stronger, moments of choice can become grown over, hidden, or seemingly impossible to find. So no wonder we get lost. Are you ready to find the trail again? You'll notice at least 4 choice points throughout the cycle that give us moment-by-moment opportunities to step out of the river's momentum and move in another direction toward freedom. The first one comes soon, in how we respond to craving, discomfort, and stress. Will we choose to try and push away or escape from challenging feelings, try to make ourselves feel good right now? Or will we turn to other things that help us work through tough moments, such as talking with friends, getting outside, reading something, or finding some quiet time? Depending on what happens in that moment, our discomfort can grow and get harder over time. Or the opposite can happen. We can learn new, creative ways to work with discomfort in a way that softens and alleviates it over time. So what will you decide in that moment? To focus your energy on escaping the discomfort by whatever immediate stimulation you can find, or something else? Imagine you're feeling anxious, hungry, bored, tired, or sad, and you decide you want a distraction. So you get on the internet, not to search for porn, of course, but just to browse. But then you start scanning for things that feel exciting, and a thumbnail for a triggering YouTube video catches your eye. A thought comes, "Oh, it's not that big a deal," or "This doesn't hurt anybody." At that moment, another choice point exists. Of course, if you don't see what's going on and instead go along with it, more thoughts will pile on. You know, everyone's into this. No one's going to find out about this. This is going to be totally fine. This will be my last time. But if you're paying attention, this moment where propaganda hits presents another possibility of freedom. If these thoughts and feelings were undeniable, natural urges, well then of course there's little sense in resisting. But what if they're more like a programmed script that is being fed to you? A script you can notice and reject. We'll have a lot more to say about this in our discussion of thought watching and turbulence in the brain. For now, realize that you just discovered another moment of possible freedom. Another place where you don't have to be blindsided anymore. Another choice point. That's just a thought. Just a feeling. No thanks. That makes 2 moments you've discovered as possible points to step out of the cycle. If you decide not to take those turns, then you obviously end up continuing to move toward using, closing the curtains and adjusting the computer's volume. Now there's no turning back. Or is there? Actually, if you look carefully enough, it's still not too late. Right before using, there's another choice point waiting for you. Many people struggling with pornography or other unwanted sexual behaviors report that in the moment right before using, there's one last impulse to stop, a thought or feeling they have to push away to keep going. Is this what I really want? As you begin paying closer attention to the details of your experiences, you can pinpoint where you are in the momentum of this cycle and notice the choice points all along the way. Remember, it's never too late to catch yourself and step away. And check it out, that includes the moment after you've started to use. When you fall, you might be tempted to think, there, you've blown it. No use holding back anymore. You've done it again. Watch those thoughts, as well as others that can come up too, like, is this really what I want? Do I really have to continue? In that very moment, you can still answer, no. This is not what I really want. There are still choice points available, possibilities of turning away sooner rather than later. Hey, I'm better than this. Of course, the earlier you respond in the cycle, the easier it will be to take a step back and move in another direction. If and when setbacks happen, pay attention to the details of your experience and watch for lessons and insights along the way. How do I feel after using? What else in my life keeps pushing me back into the cycle? While deep habits won't likely change overnight, trust us, they can and will change over time. As you keep watching your experience carefully, learning all you can and doing your best to make strategic adjustments in your life as a whole, you can gain more and more strength over time. Strength to decide that you won't be dragged around anymore. Strength to insist on the life that you really want. And strength to not be bullied or forced against your will. Moment by moment, there are openings and possibilities for freedom, so be watching for them. If you do, sooner or later, you'll find them.